More doctors and more locations focused on you.
Good morning, America. Outrage overnight at a gun control town hall.
Senator Rubio, can you tell me right now that you will not accept a single donation from the NRA in the future?
Survivors of that high school massacre and parents of the victims confronting lawmakers and the NRA.
My daughter, running down the hallway at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, was shot in the back with an assault weapon, the weapon of choice.
Yes, sir.
Okay? It is too easy to get. It is a weapon of war. The fact that you can't stand with everybody in this building and say that, I'm sorry.
As President Trump confronts the heartbreak and anger of grieving parents.
My daughter has no voice. She was murdered last week, and she was taken from us. We, as a country, failed our children. Fix it. Should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed.
And the students who survived.
How do we not stop this after Columbine, after Sandy Hook?
Now he and his classmates are here live, plus the reaction this morning to President Trump's idea.
And victory. Team USA golden again for the first time in 20 years. Beating Canada in a down-to-the-wire shootout, now the hero twins who helped America win have this message.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. And I'm Monique. And we're the Lamoureux twins. Good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
We do say good morning, America. What a game, a nail-biter. Team USA, Olympic gold, 20 years in the making.
Oh, look at the gloves come off. And take a look at the USA house in South Korea. Athletes and their families watching the game there, exploding the moment that America won the first gold medal in 20 years.
They weren't the only ones there. Amy in the middle of all of it right there in the stadium. If she's got any voice left, we'll talk to her ahead about it.
She sent out an email. She was like, favorite Olympic moment ever.
Wow.
I can imagine. Pretty great. We are going to begin, though, with this extraordinary display of passion and activism yesterday. What a day yesterday. You saw these students stepping up the pressure to protect their schools, reduce gun violence, protesting in Washington, rallying in Florida's capital, staging walkouts at schools all across the country.
It really was something to see. And school shooting survivors and families meeting, as you know, with President Trump at the White House. An emotional listening session. ABC's Dan Harris starts us off with that powerful town hall that was held in Florida overnight. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you from the state capital of Tallahassee. Over here overnight in Tallahassee, 100 students boarded buses and returned to their homes after an emotional lobbying trip. But the activism from the Parkland community is far from over, as we saw overnight quite powerfully in that wild town hall.
Your comments this week and those of our president have been pathetically weak.
Overnight, lawmakers stepping up to listen to the often blistering concerns of Parkland students and parents of victims, including Republican Florida Senator Marco Rubio, who was endorsed by the NRA in 2016.
Look at me and tell me guns were the factor in the hunting of our kids in this school this week. And look at me and tell me you accept it and you will work with us to do something about guns. My daughter, running down the hallway at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, was shot in the back with an assault weapon, the weapon of choice. Okay? It is too easy to get. It is a weapon of war. The fact that you can't stand with everybody in this building and say that, I'm sorry.
Sir, I do believe what you're saying is true. We instead should make sure that dangerous criminals, people that are deranged, cannot buy any gun of any kind. That's what I believe a better answer will be.
Okay. Your answer speaks for itself.
Rubio saying he would support a bill in Congress to fix the national background check system. But when asked this question by a Parkland student,
Senator Rubio, can you tell me right now that you will not accept a single donation from the NRA in the future?
The answer to the question is that people buy into my agenda. And I do support the Second Amendment. And I also support the right of you and everyone here to be able to go to school and be safe during my time
More
there.
NRA money? More NRA money?
That is the wrong way to look. First of all, the answer is people buy into my agenda.
You could say
Number
no.
second, well,
Rubio, long a staunch defender of gun rights, did seem to change his position on raising the age limit for buying a semi-automatic rifle, which Nicholas Cruz allegedly used in the massacre last week.
Number one, Fred, I absolutely believe that in this country, if you are 18 years of age, you should not be able to buy a rifle, and I will support a law that takes that right away.
Fantastic.
Also overnight, the 100 students from Parkland boarded buses here in Florida's state capital and headed home after having learned some hard lessons about lawmaking.
First, we met with the speaker, and he kind of dismissed our thoughts. Like, he wasn't representing the people. Like, we voted him in, and we can vote him out.
They were frustrated by scenes like this, where students repeatedly asked Republican State Senator Kathleen Pasadomo whether she would support a ban on semi-automatic rifles.
What's your opinion on banning certain types of weapons?
Well, you know, I'd like to have that conversation. Somebody asked me yesterday, how do you feel about an assault rifle kind of thing? And my question was to define that.
I don't understand how something that can shoot so many bullets in a period of time can be in a civilian's hands.
There's a lot of good issues that you bring up.
As the senator repeatedly dodged questions, this Parkland mother, Anna Saavedra, fought back tears.
When she said she didn't really know about guns and all that, and she didn't understand, it was like, it was hard to know about it. If they're voting for these things, they should know.
While the students pressed their case in the halls of the Capitol, outside a large, loud protest.
Never again!
And across America, thousands of students walking out of schools in protest.
We will not tolerate this in our country.
Pro-gun advocates alleging the Parkland students are being used by liberals and arguing that surviving a school shooting does not make someone an expert in gun policy. One more note on that town hall on CNN overnight. There was a representative from the NRA on stage who took questions. She stood firm on NRA positions. She argued that the real problem with the Parkland massacre was that law enforcement missed repeated red flags from the suspect, Nicholas Cruz.
That town hall was quite intense. The activism that we're seeing from these young people, is there any chance that it's going to lead to any real change, Dan, when it comes to legislation?
Well, here in Tallahassee, the answer appears to be yes. In the next 10 days of the legislative session, it appears they will pass a bill. It probably will not include something many of the kids want, which is an outright ban on semi-automatic rifles, but it probably will include more money for school safety, more money for mental health treatment in schools, and a raising of the minimum age to purchase one of these semi-automatic rifles.
It's a step. All right. Thank you, Dan.
You could feel the heat in Florida yesterday. You could feel it at the White House. Remarkable encounter with President Trump. He heard passionate pleas from survivors and families of school shooting victims from Columbine to Parkland. Chief White House correspondent John Carl has that story.
We're here because my daughter has no voice. She was murdered last week, and she was taken from us. We, as a country, failed our children.
President Trump sat silently as one after another students and parents of shooting victims pleaded for action.
How many schools, how many children have to get shot? It stops here with this administration and me. I'm not gonna sleep until it's fixed. And Mr. President, we're gonna fix it. Because I'm gonna fix it. I'm not gonna rest. And look, my boys need to live with this.
Andrew Pollock's 18-year-old daughter, Meadow, was one of the 17 killed at Stoneman Douglas High School last week.
This shouldn't happen. We go to the airport. I can't get on a plane with a bottled water, but we leave it. Some animal could walk into a school and shoot our children. Fix it. Should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed.
Samuel Zeif was texting with his brother, who was a floor above him, as the gunman murdered one of their classmates.
I turned 18 the day after. woke up to the news that my best friend was gone. And I don't understand why I could still go in a store and buy a weapon of war.
Carrie Gruber, whose son survived the Parkland shooting, agreed that it's just too easy for teenagers to get a gun.
If he's not old enough to buy a drink, to go and buy a beer, he should not be able to buy a gun at 18 years old.
President Trump said he's open to considering an increase in the age required to buy a firearm, in addition to stronger background checks, improving mental health care, and possibly even arming teachers.
If the coach had a firearm in his locker when he ran at this guy, that coach was very brave. Saved a lot of lives, I suspect. But if he had a firearm, he wouldn't have had a run. He would have shot, and that would have been the end of it.
But that idea was not popular with most in the room.
Does anybody like that idea here? Does anybody like it?
Mark Barden's 7-year-old son, Daniel, was murdered in his first-grade classroom at Sandy Hook. He told the president guns in the classroom put teachers in a tough spot.
School teachers have more than enough responsibilities right now than to have the awesome responsibility of lethal force to take a life.
The NRA wasted no time in responding to the idea floated by the president of raising the minimum age to buy firearms. They put out a statement even before the school shooting victims left the grounds of the White House, coming out against it, saying it would violate the constitutional rights of 18 to 20-year-olds. But the president is under enormous pressure, as he himself said after this was over, the world is watching. Michael?
All right, thank you so much, John. Pressure indeed. And we also spoke with a teacher named Casey Hansen in Utah. She agrees with President Trump's suggestion and believes teachers should be able to carry guns. She carries one with her every day.
The thought of cowering in a corner, protecting your students with no options other than just standing there, hoping nobody comes in, just didn't sit right with me. I wanted a better plan. I wanted more protection for my students.
And you can hear more from Casey and teachers on the other side of the debate on a special Nightline tonight. George.
Okay, right now we're going to hear from 3 of the students you've seen from Stoneman Douglas High. Sam Zeif and Julia Cordova joined the session with President Trump yesterday. Ryan Deitch was part of the group lobbying Florida state lawmakers, also that town meeting last night. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Sam, let me begin with you. It was really moving to see you there with the president yesterday. The idea he seemed most engaged by yesterday was this idea of arming teachers. What was your reaction to that?
I was in shock. I really couldn't believe that he would even think of the idea of putting that responsibility on teachers. Teachers need to focus, and they do a great job of focusing on molding the minds of the future, like Julia and I. And how can you give them the responsibility of going to school every day and not knowing if they're gonna have to kill one of their students or not, and knowing that they have the option to?
And Julia, that was a pretty extraordinary back and forth with the president, with everybody in that room yesterday. Do you think he heard what you all were saying? What was your response to all that?
Yes, I believe that he heard our true stories and our emotions. However, I was shocked to see that the NRA was quick to respond before we even left the White House, my classmates and I. And I do not understand why the NRA is not understanding of us students, of our lives, of their lives, and of everyone else.
And Ryan, you had the chance to question Senator Rubio last night at that town hall meeting. Pretty clear that he's not going to walk away from the NRA, even though he told you you're already making a difference.
Yeah, definitely. Senator Rubio did not, as Cameron Kasky plainly put it, he asked if he would take the money, and Rubio danced around the question as politicians do. He just did not want to answer it, even though the crowd knew exactly what he was saying, that he will continue to take money from an organization that has been known to help in the aiding of killing innocent lives.
Sam, you know, the NRA is one powerful organization. You mentioned yesterday at that meeting with the president, Australia's experience after they had a horrific episode of gun violence. They banned semi-automatics and automatic weapons. And as you pointed out, there hasn't been a school shooting there since that happened. But how do you respond to those who say that just can't happen here in the United States?
I don't get how they could be so blind. I just don't understand. People are not coming into our school. We have people with mental illnesses in our school. They're not coming in with mental illnesses and killing us. They're coming in with guns and killing us. It's just plain and simple. I don't understand how these politicians who get paid to lead our country cannot see this.
Julia, you had a tweet last night. You said this is only the beginning. Right now, we may be infamous for our tragedy, but we will be famous for this movement of change. What specifically do you want to see?
Thank you. Yes, I realize that the City of Parkland has been pushing for this movement of change, along with the other neighborhood schools and even broader to the whole country, that is forcing this change because enough is enough. We are tired of losing innocent lives to pure situations that are preventable. And it all starts with less guns, not more guns.
As you said, this is just the beginning. Thank you for your voices. I know this has been the week of your lives, but as you said, it is just the beginning. Thank you all very much for your time and your voices this morning. Michael?
Very impressive young people. Very impressive. And we're going to switch gears now to that sweet victory at the Olympics. Team USA women's hockey taking home gold for the first time in 2 decades. Amy Robach was there for the amazing moment. And Amy, do you have any voice left after that celebrating last night?
I did. I saved it for the show. It was such an incredible game. And guess what? Today marks the anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, February 22nd, 1980. So 38 years later to the day, the U.S. women's hockey team accomplishing a miracle of their own, beating their fiercest rival.
It was a showdown for the ages.
This is becoming a smash-mouth game.
Canada, who won gold in the last 4 Winter Olympics, appeared to be on their way to a 5th, up 2-1 in the final minutes of regulation.
Long pass ahead to Monique Lamoureux.
Until American Monique Lamoureux broke away.
Moving it on Thomas. She scores!
Sending the game to a scoreless overtime.
And we are headed for a shootout.
And a heart-stopping shootout.
Augusta shoots and scores. Zavados cuts down the angle. Kessel scores!
In the end, it was another Lamoureux sister, Monique's twin Jocelyn, who stepped up for the U.S. when it mattered most.
Moving in on Zavados. She beats and scores!
Lifting Americans to a 3-2 victory.
Needs to pull everything together.
American David Wise also brought home the gold in the ski halfpipe. After 2 lackluster runs, Wise stunned the crowd with this final run.
Down into the bottom, does he have the double cork? 1260, yes!
Another medal for Michaela Schifrin. After winning gold in the giant slalom, she won silver in the super combined. But disappointing news for Lindsey Vonn in what might have been her last Olympic race. The veteran skier missed her gait in the slalom portion and was unable to finish the race.
Despite that disappointing finish for Yvonne, better news for Team USA snowboarder Jamie Anderson. She won her 2nd medal here, a silver in the big air event, guys. Back to you.
That was something to see. We'll get back to you in a moment, Amy. Thank you. Rob?
Hey, Robin, another round of rain for the areas that are flooded already. It's time now for your Rainy Cities, brought to you by Walgreens.
Looking to save even more money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions? At Walgreens, we'll help you save more with $0 copays on select plans and reward points on prescriptions. So no matter where you're going or who you are, it's worth the trip. We'll help you find low-cost prescriptions, including $0 copays on select Medicare Part D plans. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
After a little summer yesterday, it's back to winter, or at least early February kind of standards. Our temperatures will continue to fall throughout the day today as rain moves through the area. Your biggest threat of rain will come during the afternoon, a 70% chance for the afternoon and early evening. And then it's just going to be kind of drizzly for much of tomorrow, but showers back for your weekend. Even Monday, there's a 30% chance of us seeing some showers moving through. So your Saturday, your Sunday, 62 to 70, at least a little warmer.
Coming up here on GMA, new fallout over that report about the Dallas Mavericks and owner Mark Cuban. A former employee is now telling her story.
You must be Meg.
How do you know my name?
Call me Mrs. Wetsit.